So Harmless come down and Bryon come down for to hang out, and so Harmless trying to introduce me to these fancy, expensive tiger cats. I said, "Well, I know where there's some at down here by the house." Steve, if you see this, we're bombing you, buddy. This is a 610. Stevie's in love with this sunbuck, and no, it's a 620. It's that new transmission. It's got the speed me up thing, and they have the 610. Stevie was in love with that 610 for like a 648 size. You know, that's kind of like a 748 size. The plate tongs, everybody's big on the plate tongs because they don't lose wood like a box tongs do. Our box tongs lose wood too bad. Of course, we're old technology anyways. These are new, cutting edge.
How new are these machines?
Oh, that sunbuck probably ain't, I don't know. I'd have to ask Steve, but I'd say less than 3 years old. I'd say every Skidder here's probably not over 3 years old. Yeah, and they got the EHS. I don't think that's got the EHS on it, does it? The EHS, that's a multiple that transmission. It's got 2 drive motors, and it'll go from a parallel circuit to a series circuit. You know what I mean? So it's got like kind of like a 2-stage. The best I understand it, I mean, it's the best of my knowledge. They don't have a lot of torque on the high speed side, but you know, they got the speed then when there's no resistance. Hell, why not step it up, you know?
Yeah.
These guys send me pictures of these things in some odd situations. I mean, they love them. They love these. The 620. Now, Werner's went with the big 635s. And they got a G model in the 635, which is a pretty impressive looking rig. But these guys, and I watched these run a little bit this winter, and they're pretty dang impressive. The idea is you can get on a nasty ground and back them right down there at the cutter on the hillside and pull up over the hill and not be tearing the soil up. A daggone spinning. A daggone way a skidder spins. It's harmful on the soil. And if you can cut that spinning out. Now what they done, they got the tracks sitting over here. So what they obviously done was took the tracks off of this one. So they must be skidding a long distance with him. So they're cutting down their wear. Now, I don't know who's skidding this job. And then they're chipping. They got the chipper set up. I think that's Bradley's machine, I think he's doing the chipping. And then Matt, his dad's running this loader up here doing the grade cutting. These guys are experienced, good loggers. They're not kids, they're not rookies. A company full of guys growed up around logging, you know.
Yeah. They look like they got their stuff together.
Yeah, they know their business. Now these guys, we was talking about last night about the vertical integration. Now these guys are vertical. They sell flooring.
Do they?
There's parts of this going to hickory for sure. Stuff like that out of this thing is going to be. They bought it standing on the stump and they'll sell it as a piece of flooring board, finished.
Huh.
I mean, I don't think they do the finishing. I don't know on that. I have to ask Felicia, but it is a finished board. It is ready to be, you know, put down and ready to be nailed, you know, when they're done with it. But that's you know, they got kilns, they got stuff, you know what I mean?
Is this the same loader as what Big Mama's got?
Yeah, it's the same size, but Matt's is a B, and he's running a bar slasher, which it ain't. Has he got it set up over there? See, he's got it thrown up out of the way. He'll set it down here, I assume. Now, us and Werner's, we're big on the circle saw. But now Matt, as far as I know, he's never done circle saw. It's always been bar saw. And there's a technology that we don't take advantage of at our company that a lot of people's on me about, that's in the know, is this pull-through delimber. Look at the strips of limbs, you know, look at the... That's a dag... Look at that, would you?
I'll be dang.
Now that's impressive. That's a daggone red oak knot.
It's done a job to rip that knot right off here, hasn't it?
Well, I'll be daggone. That tells a story right there. I've never investigated enough to
Them knives
We
are.
need to have Buck in here with an axe.
Yeah. Uncle Buck can get up here. There's ash borer tracks.
Yep.
That's an ash borer. And those of you who don't know what ash borer is. And they start up top. Your ash borers start up top, and they chase her down a tree till they get to the roots, and they go out the bottom of the ground. And they say you can see the exit holes, the D-shaped exit holes, come out the bottom of the tree. When they're done, that tree's dead. They move on to the next one.
Right. Huh.
So maybe you can see it on this chunk here. Although if I don't know if this is a bug kill tree, it don't appear to be, but. No, it's not a bug kill tree there. If you had a bug kill tree and Matt cut a block off of it, you could see the exit holes. When they step out of that bottom of that tree, it's done. That tree's dead. He's over.
Are they attacking any other trees or just?
No, just the ash. But this is Keegan's. This is the one they just did the final drive work to. I don't remember his head size. It looks like a 26, I think, on that. It's a 26-inch hot saw, or 26-inch cut.
What size is yours?
24. And they're in rattier timber, rockier stuff, and he's running them steel teeth, which I always run carbides because they don't last long. Steel teeth wears quick, like a chainsaw. Then here's the boss man's cutter. Here, this is Steve's. His is the older one. I don't know, but it's not very old. But it's an intermittent head. You was asking me about the head, so here you go. There's a hot saw there, and then there's an intermittent. This is I assume a 2900. It's a 29-inch cut. And Steve's quick. He can shovel quick. He's quick. Of course, these machines are a lot quicker than Brutus anyways, but he can shovel.
So that comes right out when
Yeah.
you want to cut. And
But you make a mistake, it's a $10,000 mistake. If you lift up while you got this, when you're cutting this blade, it's elegant. See how elegant this is?
Yeah.
But if you make a slip up these big powerful machines and raise up while it stomach's out, then you got problems. Steve made a mistake when he first got, and look at all them loose parts in there. All them little, that's what scares me about intermittent.
That runs right on the rail right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, ball bearings or needle bearings all in that thing. But Steve, he made a mistake when he first got and lifted up, and I've heard everybody gets these making that mistake almost. But I'm sure it's a thing of once you do it once, you'll never do it again. You know, and he's good. But now Steve's a good operator. He's a good logger. I mean, he knows when he figures something out, it's pretty much figured out. But they run a lot more than we do, you know, to cover, you know. Guys, I'm so sorry. That's all I got. We was having so much fun getting to hang out, learning from each other. The SOTs was back at the house, and we just left Dirt Perfect and them. Everybody was just having a good time, and I wasn't thanking YouTube enough. But I'm really proud of this family. Lawbrings is a very good family and a very good addition to our industry. And when they're close by and all my friends come down, I was like, man, I want to go show somebody off. But that's just what I covered of the visit. There is so much more to it, and I want to get out there again when they're logging. I screwed up one of the best drone opportunities that I've ever had when Steve and them was cutting that time with 5 track cutters and screwed up my daggone drone. Oh, I was so angry that day. I was so angry. But they'll do another big push sometime, and I'll utilize that situation to get them guys on film, because they're good loggers. They just know their stuff. They're solid. They got a couple generations behind them. They're solid. They got, I just can't brag enough about them. But I wish I'd covered more, but that's all I had this round. I'll get more of them in the future till Steve runs me off. Thank you guys, everybody. Have a good one later on.